What could possibly be better than a LV1 mixing console? Well, obviously two LV1 mixing consoles. So today I will take a look at how to set up two mixing consoles in one system. So this one will be the monitor console and this one will be the front of house console. And I will actually start with absolutely nothing patched and configured, so totally clean slates on both of these consoles. So first of all, here's an overview on how to connect all of this. So it's actually quite simple. You actually just connect all of your devices to, well, basically to one switch. And you can, of course, use multiple switches if needed. But, well, the basic thing is just connect all of the devices to the same network. So the devices we have here today is the monitor LV1 console with a server and a StageGrid 1000 unit. We have the LV1 for the front of house. And here I have the Tactus front of house unit, and this is a server and IOs. And in the back I have another server and a 8-channel IO, and also a Waves Ionic 16 box. Other than that, we have the laptop running virtual soundcheck on the SoundGrid network as well. And the last thing we have here today is just an iPad with 2 channels of music coming in analog into, well, right now into nothing. All right, so let's take a look at how to set all of this up. So first of all, we need to decide which one of these that are going to be the master and will be control of the gain. And typically it's the monitor console. It could be either one, but typically the monitor console will be the gain master. So let's go with that for today. So let's start off with assigning a device that will be the master clock for the whole thing. And I will choose this StageGrid 1000 that's in the monitor console case. So let's add this one, and this M will indicate that this is the master for the whole system. We obviously need a server as well, so let's choose the one that's in this case. All right, now I will add the rest of the stage boxes except the local I/O on the front of house console. And the reason is that I prefer to have the front of house engineer controlling the gains for the things that will be put in this console. So let's add all of the other stuff. So we have the 8-channel I/O, and we have the Ionic. And also let's add the computer running virtual soundcheck. All right, so all of the stage boxes are now assigned to the monitor console. And if we take a look at the front of house console, these are now grayed out. So I cannot choose any of these. I can, however, choose the front of house unit, and it's this one that's placed in the front of house mixing case. But let's not assign this one just yet. Let's instead go back to the monitor console, and here we will share all of these devices. So let's just press the share button on all of these devices. And by doing so, now we will be able to add these devices to the front of house console. So let's go and actually set all of this up, and let's use the same rack spaces as on the monitor console just to keep things in order. So, and also let's add the server for this console. So this is now connected to this server, and we have actually an extra server available, and as of right now it's available on both consoles. This extra server is basically up for grabs. So well, the first one grabbing it will be the one being able to use it. So let's use it for monitors today, and then it will not be available here anymore. Now it's grayed out. All right, now on the front of house console, you can see that all of these are marked yellow, and it says I/O sharing. So it's easy to see that all of these are shared by the monitor console, and this M indicates that that one is the master for the whole system. But we actually have this I/O left, so let's add this one over here, and then we just do, well, the same thing on this one. So let's share this one from the front of house console, and then on the monitor console we can add it like so, and then we have the yellow text with I/O sharing, indicating that the monitor console is not the master of this device, but can use all of the I/Os. And lastly, let's add the Air of Joe, the computer running virtual soundcheck. So as you can see, it's really simple to just, as soon as you have connected all of the devices to the network, everything will show up here. So you just choose the console that will be in charge of the gain staging for each device and add it. And then you just press the share button to have the other console being able to use all of the I/Os for that device. Right, so now everything is connected and synced, but nothing is patched yet. So the way you would think about this is these are two separate systems. So in this one, I have all of my 64 channels, all of my groups effects, as you would normally have. And on this one, I also have 64 channels, all the groups effects, everything. So I can work totally independent on each console. But let's do some patching, and let's start with having the virtual soundcheck coming into these channels. So let's go for this one, and well, actually let's just do a straight patch, and we should have things coming up over here. And let's just do the exact same thing over here, and now this should look the same, but it doesn't. And yeah, right, that's because this one is a stereo channel. So let's just flip this to mono and actually just redo the patching, and now we have identical things coming into both of their consoles. But you can of course patch this however you want. So if you don't want these channels on 11 and so on, let's just remove these and place them on, say 17 and up. So you just do like so, and then they are gone from here, and you have them on 17 instead. So it's totally independent. You can choose whatever input you want on whatever channel on both systems. Now it's actually good practice to have the same patch on both consoles just because of troubleshooting. If I have some problems on channel 11, then that problem will be on channel 11 on this console as well. But it's totally up to you. You can patch things just however you want. Now, I said before that the monitor console is the gain master. So let's take a look at what that actually means in practice. Now, let's use a physical input. So let's choose the Ionic, and on channel 3 I have some music coming in. There it is. And let's do the same thing over here. Actually, let's put all this to input. Let's go for channel 3 on the Ionic, and we will have some music coming in there as well. Now, if I change the gain on the monitor console, which is the gain master, the gain will change on the front of house console as well. So if we turn this all the way down, the gain will go down on both consoles. If I change things on this one, you can see that it looks like the gain has been changed, but I think this is just a kind of graphic bug. If you just press this one again, it will go back to the actual value. So in this case, this gain will have no effect on the signal. Yeah. But there's a quite neat feature built into all of this. So let's actually gain this up so that we have some signal, and right now we are at around -10 or so. So let's just press, here it says preamp, let's press this one, and now it says local. Now I can, on this console, the front of house console, I can actually change the gain up or down without having any effect on the monitor console. So right now this is just a digital trim for the front of house consoles and have nothing to do with the gain or trim on the monitor console. As I showed earlier, if we go back to preamp, if I change the preamp over here, now it will change over here. So let's switch this one back to local, and now if I change the gain on the monitor console, it will stay the same on the front of house console. And the way this works is that if I, let's go back to, we were at, let's say we are at 40 for starters. And the way this works is that if I'm on the local setting on the front of house console, when I reduce the gain by, say, 20 dBs, this console will actually trim the signal 20 dBs. So it's a digital trim. It really has nothing to do with gain. The monitor console will still control the actual gain, but using this local function, changing the gain on this console will compensate with digital trim on this one. And you can actually see this with the green line. So if we go back here, well, the green line actually indicates where the actual gain is set. So when changing the gain on the monitor console, the digital trim will change on the front of house console. So yeah, there are pros and cons to both of these settings, but it's awesome that you can choose on each channel how you would like things to work. So say that I, as the front of house engineer, connects a talkback microphone. Let's connect this one to channel 8. And it would make sense for me to be the gain master for this one. So 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Hey, 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 like so. And then the monitor engineer can just choose a channel and select this input, and we'll have the exact same gain coming in. And if needed, just flip to the local, and the gain can be adjusted for the monitor side of things. Now, when it comes to outputs, things are a bit different. So let's go to the patch window and let's go to the outputs on both of these. And so any of these consoles can use any of the outputs for all of the devices, but only one console can use each output. So it's kind of first show, first served. So in this case, I have a small speaker connected to output 1 on this one. So let's just, on the front of house console, patch the left-right to that speaker. So now we have sound coming out of the left-right on the front of house console. So let's take a look at the monitor console, and on the Stage Grid 1000 we can see that the first output is kind of marked over here, so it's well, yellowed out or oranged out. So if we try to use this output, well, actually, let's turn off up the music and you will see. Now the monitor console steals the output from the front of house console, and as of right now, let's see. Let's actually patch the left-right from this console. So let's do like so, and we actually need to assign this one to the left-right, and here we go. Take a look at the, now this one is marked orange or yellow. If we were to remove this one, we would go back to the previous setting, which is the left-right from the front of house console. Let's see what happens if we do things the other way around. So right now, no one owns this output. Let's have it come from the monitor console, and let's try to use this on the front of house console instead. But that's actually not possible. And I guess this is because the monitor console is kind of the master of that device. So the master for each device can always steal back the connection if needed. But in a perfect world, the monitor engineer and the front of house engineer would have a plan of who will use which output. So in practice, this is not a problem. And it's actually a good indicator that if we patch things here, we can see on the front of house console that these outputs are already taken. So I actually have a Wi-Fi router connected to all of this. So let's have a look at the Mix Mirror app. And I haven't really tried this, so let's try this live. And it looks like it just worked straight away. And all right, this one is now connected to the front of house. My guess is that it's because that was the last thing that this was connected to. And actually here we can see that I can choose this one as well. So right now I am controlling the monitor side of things. So that was surprisingly easy actually, and I can just flip between these. That was actually quite impressive. I haven't tried this before, and I'm actually blown away how easy that was. So yeah, the Mix Mirror app, let's say it works. But while we're at it, let's try the My Mon or My Front of House stuff as well. And well, I think it was basically the same thing. All right, now we're connected to the monitor side of things, and over here I can just switch to the front of house. So yeah, actually this was just as easy. So yeah, quite impressive actually. Good work, Waves. So yeah, it's actually as easy as that. Just connect all of the devices to the same network, and then everything will show up. So you just need to choose what console is the master for each device. And if I were to have a third console, it would just be the same thing. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions you have about this. I will be happy to answer anything I can. And take care.